Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. How's everybody doing today? Being good, staying out of trouble? Me too. It's raining outside. It's cold and rainy. Just a typical fall day in Michigan. So, what's on your mind today? Is anybody going to chat? I'll make sure it's up and running. There we go. That's pretty good. One chat comes through twice. What's going on? Oh, one chat comes up 3 times. That's interesting. I don't know how that happens. I didn't do it. 4 times. It's a vicious cycle. I need somebody to get into the chat and break it up. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just sitting here. Okay. Look, I'm not touching nothing. It's not me. I sent that chat once. Oh, there the other 3 disappeared. Okay. Progress. We're moving forward. What's going on, people? Afternoon chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone's welcome to comment. If you want to chat, go to YouTube, download their Discord app. I'm not on any of the other platforms, just YouTube. So without their Discord app, you cannot chat. Everybody's welcome in this room. There's no set topic. This is a 100% free show. No midstream ads, no sponsors, no hustle, okay? I'm not trying to manipulate the conversation. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Not now, not ever. Ghost Mostly was a nickname, an alias, if you will, from back when I used to write music lyrics, song lyrics. I didn't want the band to put my name on anything. So I came up with Ghost Mostly. I liked it. I came into this project and I just rolled it forward, and I came up with Ghost Mostly Media, LLC. I do need that channel to get monetized on YouTube so that I can post other things. But this show is never going to have a sponsor. It's never going to have a commercial. The stars of this show are the people that get into the chat. Okay. They're the ones that determine what we're talking about. They're the ones that determine everything. As the chat populates, I'm just going to drift into the background. It's like I'm not even here. The only opinions I can offer you is what I see from my perspective. One man sitting on one end of his couch. Okay. Hopefully, YouTube will get us figured out, and we'll get some people that want to chat. If not, we're stuck with me. I'm not going to have guests on. I'm not going to do interviews. I'm not going to shoot shorts. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Once the channel gets monetized, I'll do other things with the media company, but this show, what you see is what you get. It's kind of warm and muggy. It's cold and wet outside, so warm and muggy inside is acceptable, I guess, today. Okay. I'm not going to turn the air conditioner on when it's 40 degrees outside. I don't know that I'm just, I don't know, don't feel like getting up and walking in and turning on the air conditioner. No, that's why I don't have an overshirt on today, is because it's warm in here. Yeah, I have no idea what went on with the chat, why I typed in good afternoon one time and it came up on the TV screen 4 times. I have no idea how that's even possible. Must be none of my business. I'm not really sure. YouTube put something up there when I was setting up the thumbnail for the show today, but I didn't read it. I just kind of clicked past it. I'll read it the next time it comes up. I'm not into the fine detail. Close enough is okay. We'll get to where we need to be eventually. When I decided to do this project, I decided I'd give it 3 years to give it a decent shot at building a group that wanted to chat midday. Excuse me. Yeah, I cough. I'm a smoker. It's all my fault. You can feel free to blame me. And I'm still drinking Dr. Pepper. I'll get to my daily Gatorade soon enough. So what's on your mind today? What do you guys, what do you want to talk about? Yeah, I'm watching the news this week and it all sucks. They closed our government, so, all these clowns are running around taking vacation on a taxpayer's dime. What's new? Seems like all they seem to do is shirk their responsibilities. Well, I agree with what Harvey Levin from TMZ said. Vote them all out. No more incumbents. I'm done with them. Screw that noise. If they've been in office, vote them out. If they're brand new, vote them in. We need to create a turnover here. These people don't want to function. They don't want the government in operation. So get them all out. Next. Maybe the next group will do better. If not, vote them out too. Let's just keep voting them all out and let's put a revolving door on the entirety of Congress. Every 2 years, vote them out. If they're holding office now, they won't be. Vote them out. Vote them all out. We want to change all the personnel. They all suck equally. Whose fault is the shutdown? All of them. Every one of them. 100 senators, 435 members of Congress in the House of Representatives, plus the president and vice president. They're all bums. Next. Vote them all out of office. We're sick of them. They're not doing their job. This is costing America. They're wasting our time. They're wasting their time in Congress. They're proving to us that they have no value. They're proving on a daily basis that we do not need them. Okay? They're proving that they are disposable. So let's dispose of them. Vote them all out of office. Screw them all. I don't care if you like them or not. Vote them out anyways. Vote them out because they're not doing their job. If you go into your job and you don't do your job, what happens? You get fired. So fire these clowns. Vote them out of office. Every one of them. No, you can't keep one. Vote them all out. Insert your own expletive, but vote them out. Okay. They're worthless. It's like they've proved to us for the entire month of October the futility of having these idiots in office. The next group will open the government or we'll vote them out too. Do your job or hit the bricks. It's pretty basic. That's the code you and I are forced to live by. I don't care. I like a couple of these politicians. I like Bernie Sanders, but I'll vote him out of office. I'll vote them all out of office. We don't need them. They've proven that. They're dysfunctional. So what's on your mind today? What do you want to talk about? The Lions are on a bye week. Yeah. I think the 2nd of November or something like that. We should have Minnesota at Ford Field. That'll be a slaughter because we're getting all our injured guys are coming back. Okay. So, yeah. Minnesota's in a world of trouble. Well, I think that we've got guys coming back from injured reserve. We've got other guys that were just being held out because they had muscle strains or something like that. They'll have an opportunity to heal up and everybody be healthy when the Lions come back into action. It'll be interesting. But the bye week makes it boring. But it was needed. Our secondary had been totally depleted. A lot of third and fourth string guys stepped up in the last game. That's nice. Give these guys a little bit of love. They did their job when the spotlight was on them. That's all you can ask for. We've been live streaming. I think the 25th will be 2 months. Well, I don't know who YouTube's advertising the show to. I have no idea. I'm not going to worry about it. YouTube, those guys are professional. They know what the hell they're doing. They'll eventually get us where we're supposed to be. Okay. All I'm trying to do is prove to be reliable. I'm trying to be here on time, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern. I want to prove to people that the show's dependable. They can rely on it to be here every day. So if they want to chat or just want to listen or watch or whatever, they can. I'll never require anybody to do anything, although I do need to ask for likes and subscribes. Not my decision. That's YouTube. They set these tiers up that my media company must achieve these tiers. We need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours. We're minuscule as far as those stats go. I haven't really looked at the analytics. I'll maybe at some point this week. If not this week, maybe the weekend. I don't know. Well, there's not much to look at analytics wise. We don't have, but I don't know, 8 subscribers and I don't know, 75, 80 viewing hours, something like that. It's a beginning, you got to start somewhere. But I have no idea who YouTube is advertising us to. I don't know. In this instance, I'm just going to rely on YouTube to do what they do. Okay. I can do this. I can get on and open up the live stream, open up the chat. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I got more lighting issues today. I don't know what I did wrong. It'll all come out in the wash. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're going to talk about today. I have no agenda. There's no roadmap here. Look at it like this. It's public speaking without a topic. I know. It's absurd. I don't care. Okay. People will get in here and chat when they're good and ready. I'm not telling nobody about this. I know I'm supposed to be on all the other social media platforms advertising the show. I'm not going to do it. I don't care. I don't want to do anything on X. I don't want to do anything on Blue Sky. I don't want to do anything on Instagram. I don't like any of them companies. Okay. I definitely don't like Elon Musk. I just don't care enough to do that stuff. I know I should be on Twitch. And I made a conscious decision not to be on Twitch. Go figure. That's nothing against Twitch. It's all my fault. Twitch didn't do nothing to me. Okay. I'm an asshole. What can I tell you? It is what it is. I came up with a topic to talk about yesterday. I suggested we talk about spaghetti. Nobody took me up on it. Go figure. Where's your sense of humor? Do you think any of this matters? Not without people in the chat. It's not going to matter. If it's just me sitting here with my computer, it doesn't matter. In my opinion. If you guys want to come up with a topic, we can discuss it all you want. But until somebody's in the chat to direct the show, we have no direction. I refuse. I don't care. Let's see. Monday's show, I think I did, I don't know, 2 hours on hate. Tuesday's show, I probably did a half an hour on football and an hour and a half on, I don't know, live and let live. That's the way I close the shows without anybody in the chat. You know, there's nothing going on, so I got to come up with something. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to talk about. So, you know, without anyone in the chat, what we're stuck with is whichever direction my mind wanders in. And I haven't smoked any pot yet today, so that means I got less imagination right now. Roughly, I mean, in a generalized way. Yeah, I don't care what we talk about. What are you guys doing for dinner? I skipped lunch, so I'm a little hungry. Instead of making lunch, I went back to bed. I took a nap. It seemed like I went in to make the bed and crawled in it instead. I mean, what can I tell you? That's the truth. That's how it went down. I went in there to make the bed, and the next thing I know, I was laying in it. Well, I try to get my chores done before I start, and making the bed is one of the things, you know. It was noon. I went in to make the bed. Next thing I know, it's 1:15, and it's time to hit the shower. Yeah, the bed's made. I got it made eventually. After I turned on the water for the shower, I went in and made the bed. Make my bed every day, just like I do my dishes every day. Set up my coffee every day. I set it up the night before for the next morning. Yeah, I got to bed at a better hour. Monday night, man, that football game went till 1:30 in the morning, and that's just tough on an old guy like me. As you get older, you'll find out that you are more likely to go to bed on time. Okay. You got to get your rest if you want to function at your peak. Young people, I know young people are indestructible, and I did it the whole time I lived in Vegas, 33 years, whatever. I was indestructible in those days. I didn't need sleep. Now I'm an old man. I need sleep, and I love naps. Okay. It, I get up in the morning. I watch some news. I have my coffee, eat a little bit of breakfast, and then I start putzing, doing my chores, getting, if I'm going to vacuum that day, I try to get the vacuuming done. If I'm going to, clean the bathroom that day, I go in and I clean the bathroom. We all got chores. Get on them early in the day, and then in the evening, you can lounge around and drink a beer. You ain't got to go do chores. Last night, I topped it off with mint chip ice cream. Oh my goodness. It was good ice cream. That's all I can tell you. Tonight, I'm probably going to make apple pie. Well, imitation apple pie. Well, I take crescent rolls and put in apple pie filling, bake them for 13 minutes, and imitation apple pie. Okay. Well, that's part of being single. Is I don't have to cook for other people, just myself. Oh, I spent all my life cooking for my kids, taking care of them, and I ain't got to do it no more. I got two sons. They're both grown, out on their own. They're fine young men. I'm very proud of both of them. And throw my granddaughter into the mix too. I'm proud of her too. Okay. Yeah, I could change the name of the show to Grandpa Chat, but I only got the one person calling me Grandpa, so that doesn't seem to make too much sense. A young man in the park the other day told me to change the name of the show to 420 Chat. He said the place will be packed. I smoke pot, but it's legal here. I don't try to get anybody to ever do anything illegal. I live in Michigan, and recreational pot is as legal as it can be nowadays. Gatorade. Yeah, I smoke cigarettes and pot. Don't recommend you do either. Especially if one or two of those things are illegal where you live. They're legal here, so I partake. Which is really interesting. Well, excuse me. I got tired of self-medicating. I guess I should phrase that. Self-medicating in other ways. And I determined that smoking marijuana was, in my opinion, the least harmful thing I could ingest. My opinion, that's all I can offer you. I'm not a doctor, except on PS4. Okay. I know. Well, I signed up as a doctor on PS4 so I could be a doctor on PS4. It's the only way I was ever going to get a doctor in front of me, in front of my name. I'm Dr. Devious One on PS4. No, I don't play a lot of games anymore. Occasionally I play Stellaris. No, I'm not going to get a PS5. I've already got the 3 and the 4. I see no reason. I've got games to play if I want to play. I see no reason to, change anything. So what's on your mind today? What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? I don't want to talk about me. You guys probably already know way too much stuff about me. I'm just a ghost. Okay. It's the people that can get into the chat that are supposed to be the stars of this show. It's not that big of a platform, It'll grow eventually. These things take time. I have no interest in running for political office. I have no interest in becoming an online influencer. I have no interest in selling you anything. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. Okay. I just, I'm just a guy. Not trying to be famous. That's why I'm using an alias, Ghost Mostly. You guys should all be famous. Okay, not me. Yeah, we get a couple of viewers every day. They're probably just my ex-wives. I'm joking. Okay. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'll probably I don't know. I don't want to make you any promises about, maybe I'll go in. It dawned on me that maybe I could like turn comments on or something. I don't know. I'll give it a cursory glance at some point in the future. Let's just leave it at that. A cursory glance. I'm not going to study it. I might read it. I might click past it. I'm not interested or driven. I could do a lot of things with the media company, and I'm currently, tossing around some ideas, but I haven't decided what I want to do. Well, I haven't. Number one, I haven't gone on YouTube to see what else I can think of that's not out there already. Well, I got to believe, there's stuff out there on the topics that I am knowledgeable of, like table games. I would imagine there are all kinds of blackjack, craps, and roulette videos out there. Card counting, money management, all that stuff has got to be there. I haven't searched for it, but I got to believe it's there. I mean, you can figure out how to change your spark plugs by watching a video. So, I'll look around out there eventually. I got time. We're not, the channel's not monetized yet. Why would I want to start posting other things? I'll focus on this show and let it get up and get me monetized. And then once my media company is monetized, then I'll try other side projects, Well, I was thinking I could do all kinds of different things. I have no uh, pressing issues that I need to get to the bottom of. I'm not a reporter. I'm not an investigative journalist or anything like that. I'm just a guy. That should be the disclaimer. He's just a guy. I can talk to you guys about anything you want to talk about. Jump in the chat and give me a topic. If I don't know anything about it, I'll tell you. A couple of weeks ago, I had a guy ask me about Florida football. I didn't know anything about it. Now I'm searching the bands every Saturday. I'm looking for Florida football, and the guys never come back. But, I'm counting on the chat to get in here and educate me, teach me things. I started this channel because over my time in Vegas, in excess of 30 years, I used to meet like 100 different strangers a week, talk to them, find out where they're from, what they do for a living, what's on their mind, what are their priorities, what are their concerns, what are their opinions. And in retirement, I kind of missed that. So I thought, I'll just start a chat show and get back to talking to strangers, meeting strangers, finding out. My need to know level's very high. Help me out here. Okay. But it's, you know, it is what it is. All those years in the table games, you know, talking to everybody and finding out what was on their mind, it turns out I liked it. It made each day different. It made each day interesting. People used to tell me some wild stories, the crap that was going on in their neck of the woods. I remember a guy telling me that he was paying $350 a month in Manhattan for a parking space so that he could work. And that was 20 years ago. I wonder what that parking space is going for now. Okay. I think right now the cost of everything is just spiraling out of control. Some people in the park, a young couple with kids the other day, they were telling me that they were paying more for childcare than they were for rent. That's some serious crap right there. Back in my day, I used to pay, I don't know, I think the most I paid for childcare was $50 a day. But that was, you know, many years ago. Well, my youngest son's 28. So a lot of years ago. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I had my two sons 23 years apart. Yeah. The oldest was old enough to babysit. Okay. And be trusted, I mean. Yeah, I didn't do the whole stair steps that people do. I got a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old. Not me. I had a 23-year-old and a newborn. I've had a very unique life, different than anyone you've ever met. I can guarantee you that. I always cut my own path, went my own direction. I think that's how I ended up in Vegas. Okay. I've been out of Vegas now for over 10 years. The whole town has changed since I've been gone. I know that they're struggling right now with tourism being down. My boys tell me, You know, they fill me in. Well, the drop in tourism, 100% of that is Trump's fault. Okay. He's the one that pissed off all of our allies and the whole globe. You don't like it, vote him out of office. Okay, that's all you can do. I don't recommend an impeachment. I seriously don't. You want Vance running the country? I'm sorry. I don't have a high opinion of our vice president. I don't think he is of a moral or ethical character that reflects the citizens of this country. Let's just leave it at that. But I don't think that of most of the Senate and most of the House of Representatives either. I consider them, most of our politicians in America, to be morally and ethically deficient. I feel the same way about the CEOs in American corporations. I find them to be morally and ethically deficient. They don't make the grade. Okay, they're just not good enough for me. I don't know how else to put it. I wouldn't invite, well, that's a question for you guys. Of the current senators in America, would you invite any or all of them into your home? I'd probably invite Bernie Sanders, Tammy Duckworth, and that's 2 out of 100. Pretty short list. I just, they're not the type of people I'd invite into my home. I see them doing some pretty dastardly stuff. Some of them are criminals, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not in the habit of inviting criminals into my home. Some of them I'd want to search before I let them leave. Make sure they didn't take any of my shit. You know? Well, Ted Cruz. Would you trust Ted Cruz? Sorry, I wouldn't. What about what about Trump's cabinet members? Would you trust any of those clowns? I wouldn't. No. RFK Jr.? No. No, thank you. He's never going to get invited to my home. Marco Rubio? No, I'm sorry. They're morally and ethically deficient. They are of poor character, in my opinion. That's all I can give you. I welcome you guys to jump in the chat and share your opinion. That's why this show is here. There's very few that I hold in high regard. In the house, I'd probably have a couple of more, you know. Well, there are a few that I would trust well enough that I'd like to have a conversation with them. AOC, I would like to have a sit down and have a conversation with her. An intelligent woman. I don't agree with everything she says and does. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to have a conversation with her. I have conversations with people all the time that I don't agree with a lot of things on. Personal opinion is all I can offer. I'd love to know your personal opinion. But it's okay. I can wait until you're ready to talk. I would not want to have a conversation with Trump. I would not want to have a conversation with Vance. I don't believe that you can believe a word that comes out of their mouth. I don't invite liars into my home. I don't think that's what normal people do. I think if you find someone in your life that is a liar, that they are ostracized, that they are pushed out. Why would you listen to lie after lie after lie? That's absurd. I like to talk to regular people, nice people, honest people. But some of these politicians, they don't fall into that category. It's like, no. Well, like this Scott Bessent, that you can't believe a word that comes out of this guy's mouth. Sometimes tariffs are necessary, right? Sometimes, occasionally, a tariff would be necessary. But not these blanket tariffs on a specific product. Look at something like coffee coming out of Brazil. if America made coffee and we grew it and made it here, you might want to put a tariff on the Brazilian coffee so that it would stabilize the price of the American coffee. But there is no American coffee. So to put a tariff on Brazil coffee, it makes no sense. You're not protecting American farmers. Well, let's back up for a second. Let's talk about what a tariff is. A tariff is a hidden tax on your own people. If Japan puts up a tariff, America does not pay for it. The people of Japan pay that tariff. When Trump puts a tariff on China, China does not pay that tariff. The people of America pay that tariff in order to get Chinese goods. To simplify the monetary explanation, is if China wants to sell a widget to America and they put a price on it of $1 and you put a 25% tariff on anything out of China, now your widget costs you $1.25 each. Who gets the tariff money? The government gets the tariff money. Our government receives the tariff money that we pay. We as Americans pay that tariff to our own government. Thus, it makes it a hidden tax. I know they are trying to tell you that no, the Chinese corporation's going to absorb that cost. No, they're not. You know your boss, your job is not absorbing any costs. He's passing it on to his customer. You know that for a fact. If your CEO is absorbing tariff costs, you're going to get a new CEO. Okay? If he's not, if he's reducing the amount of profits that you make, you're going to replace him. You think the importer that he imports that widget from China is paying that? You're wrong again. Anything extra he has to pay, he will add on to the price to his customer. The retail buyer, in this case that we're talking about in tariffs, the American people, the retail buyer, they will absorb not just all the cost of all the tariffs, but they will also pay added profits to every middleman along the transaction, because they are never going to raise prices without putting a little extra in. A corporation, a business owner, must increase his profits. The tariffs are paid by the retail customer. Every time, I don't care how many times they lied to you. Why would a corporation absorb costs and reduce their own profit? They would not. It's not a sound business decision. That would make no sense at all. If you're the CEO of the corporation, would you reduce your own profit, lower your own bonus to keep sales the same? No. It's not possible. I'm sorry, but that's not how capitalism works. The customer always pays the tariff. So anything that we buy from any other country, we must pay the tariff. When we pay the tariff, we're giving that money to our government. Whether you realize it or not, a tariff is a hidden tax. Sorry to explain that to you, but that's the way it works. If you're the CEO of the corporation, you're not going to reduce your own profit. Not today, not tomorrow. If your costs go up, that price raise is put on the product, and the retail customer that buys your product then pays that increased price. Not the business, not the importer, not the middleman. And essentially, a tariff is creating a brand new middleman, and that's your government. The government decides to put the tariff on the product generally to keep their local manufacturers in business, keep them competitive. We've been doing that with steel for years. We've been doing that with some produce. Like I know the cherry farmers here in Michigan, they were having trouble struggling to sell their cherries on the international market because some of the Middle Eastern countries were selling their cherries cheap. And the consumer, the buyer, said, why would I buy the expensive cherries from America when I can get the cheap cherries from the Middle East? So the cherry industry then goes to the president or their elected representatives, and they say, hey, we need you to tariff these Middle Eastern cherries so that our price is more competitive with their price. That's what, tariffs are traditionally used for, is to balance the trade. I know you've been told that we have a trade deficit with these other countries. So what? If it's hurting an American industry, then perhaps we need a tariff to make the American industry more competitive in order to balance it out. But that's the only time to just put a blanket tariff on a country because they have a trade imbalance. So what? A trade imbalance, a trade deficit is not costing you money. Not in any way, shape, or form is a trade deficit costing you, the consumer, money. The reason that Trump is doing these tariffs is to hide an additional tax on the American people. He doesn't want you to know that you're paying it. Or if he does let you know that you're paying it, he wants to tell you, oh, well, it's that company's fault. It's that other country's fault. They should have absorbed the cost. They should have, but they're not going to ever. That's not how business works. As a business owner, you determine the cost it costs you to make, produce, and sell your product. Then you add to that the minimum profit that you're willing to take on that. Your profit has to be added into your cost and passed on to your customer. If you don't make profit, you don't stay in business. So I don't care what we're importing from other places around the world. Those businesses in those other countries that are producing the product are not going to take a loss. If they take a loss, they will not be in business. The importer in America, his normal job is he imports the widget, and he can get that widget for 95 cents. He marks it up to $1 and sells it to you, the customer. How much does he make? He makes that 5 cents that he raised the price when he passed it on to you. He earns that 5 cents by, number one, importing the product, number two, shipping the product and getting it to you, the consumer. He is a middleman. The importer is a middleman. He's not making the product. He's just buying it and reselling it. That's what an importer does. So that importer can't pay $1.25 for that widget and only sell it to you for $1. That can't happen. You'll put the importer out of business and the widget will no longer be available to you. No one shipped it and brought it out to where you could buy it. The importer, he handles all the logistics. I'll get this from this country and I'll bring it to my country, distribute it, and sell it. If you put that importer out of business, now all of a sudden you can't get a widget here. They don't sell it. Nobody imported it. Nobody distributed it around so that we could buy it. The tariff, the government, your government that imposed the tariff, they made themselves a middleman. only they're not distributing or selling anything. They just said, every time you import this widget, you owe us 25 cents. 25% tariff. 25 cents on every dollar. So the importer raises the price 30 cents and passes that on to his consumer. Why does he increase it to 30 cents when he's only being charged 25 cents? Because he's figuring he's going to sell less widgets because of the increased price. So he must compensate for that. I'm going to sell less product, but I still need to make at least the same amount of money I made last year, and hopefully more money than I made last year. So the government imposed a 25% tariff on the widget. Now the importer raises the price by 30%. Because he's going to be selling fewer widgets. And he can't let his profit diminish. He needs his profit to grow greater than it was last year. So you, the consumer, I went to the store to buy a widget and I was expecting it to cost me $1. The government put a 25% tariff on that widget, which raised the price to $1.25, and now the importer increased it another 5%. So now you're paying $1.30 for that widget that was only $1. That price is always passed on to the little guy. The guy that's buying retail is paying the profit margin of the guy that's buying wholesale. The guy that's buying wholesale is paying for the profit of the guy that grew the widget or made the widget, the manufacturer. You heard the phrase shit rolls downhill? Increased prices roll downhill. The manufacturer is going to make his profit, and now that he's going to be selling less widgets, he needs to raise his price to the importer. The importer, now that he's going to sell fewer widgets, has to increase his price to the consumer. You, as the consumer, if you want to keep consuming the widgets, if you want to keep buying the widgets, you are forced to pay more. It is a hidden tax. A tariff is not good for the American people. A tariff is a tax on the American people. This is just how it works. Higher prices roll downhill. The manufacturer says, I'm not selling as many widgets because they put a tariff on them, but I got to keep my profit margin the same. Plus, it's a new year, so I need to make more than I made last year. So he raises his price. And now that widget that he was selling for 95 cents to the importer, Now he's got to up that and sell that for $1 to the importer. Now the importer says there's a tariff, so my $1 widgets just cost me $1.25. And I'm going to be selling fewer of them because they're now $1.25 instead of $1. So I've got to raise the price to my consumer to $1.30 so that my profit stays the same or grows, ticks up, and makes me more money. This is how it works. So are you pro-tariff? You shouldn't be. It's not to your advantage if you're the consumer. If you're the one spending the money, your money spends anywhere, I would suggest you do not buy products that are tariffed. And if all the products are tariffed, guess what? You watch what these tariffs do to the American economy over the next 3 years, and you'll find it to be disgusting. Our GDP, our gross domestic product, is actually going to go down. It is going to reduce for the first time in history. Most presidents want it to go up. Not this one. This one wants it to come down. And he wants it to come down for a very nefarious reason that you don't know about yet. He's attempting to enrich himself. The one that jumps to my mind is the deal he cut with Vietnam. He put a tariff on all products coming out of Vietnam. The Vietnamese government said, what can we do to get you to not tariff or to reduce the amount of the tariff on our few products that we get to sell to America? And our exalted hot dog turned around and told them, well, if I could build a Trump Tower hotel in your country, I could probably lower those tariffs. I could probably get you into the lowest tariff bracket that we have. He's doing this to enrich himself. He's cutting side deals. This is how he hustles. Side deals, right? America will go broke, and Trump will have 15 new towers, 15 new hotels throughout the globe. This is business. This is why he does it, to enrich himself and his buddies. You probably are wondering, why doesn't the news report this? The news is in bed with him. These corporate bigwigs are all paying each other. They're feeding themselves and their buddies, and they don't care about you and how much it costs you. They're all in this to enrich themselves. You, the consumer, the poor American citizen living paycheck to paycheck, you're the cannon fodder. You don't matter. They don't care. They want to take every dime you got and then some. In my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Jump in the chat. Tell me. Tell me how you think these other countries are paying these tariffs. They're not. They're actually going a different direction. They're running to other countries and selling all their widgets to the other countries where they're not being tariffed. They want to sell their widgets. Whatever they're growing, whatever they're manufacturing, they want to sell it. And if America won't buy it, somebody else will. And what's going to happen with the tariff money that the U.S. government takes in? Well, we're going to have to take that money and subsidize all the businesses that we damaged by putting the tariffs in place. Like our farmers that can't sell their soybeans. Now we're going to have to subsidize them. We're going to have to bail them out. Otherwise, they're going to go out of business. So they put the tariff on China. So China quit buying our soybeans. What's going to happen to all those soybeans? They're going to go to waste. And those farmers are going to need to be bailed out by the government. That government, which incidentally just gave $40 billion to Argentina to bail out the Argentina government. And China went to Argentina to buy their soybeans. So why is Trump investing into Argentina? Argentina has a boom. All the soybeans they can grow and get their hands on, they've got a customer ready to pay cash. That makes Argentina a good investment. Oh no, they are investing for personal profit. They're investing our taxpayer dollars to Argentina for their personal profit. America will not profit by bailing out Argentina. No, Argentina will default on the loan. They're never going to have to pay it back. They can't pay it back. They have no money. Okay? That's just the way it works. But all of this that is going on and everything that is going on in America, someone is turning a profit or it wouldn't be happening. If they weren't turning a profit, they wouldn't do it. Somebody's getting paid. Guaranteed. Prove me wrong. Jump in the chat. Tell me where I'm wrong. The private prison industry making money. Well, you got to deport these aliens from somewhere, so why not Alligator Alcatraz? They're making a profit off of this, or they would not do it. Those planes that are taking these people out of the country, profit. They're making money off it, or they wouldn't do it. Governments like that in the United States are run by billionaires, millionaires, people that know how to make a profit. That's what they're doing. They're making a profit, a personal profit, not a profit for the nation. They're making a personal profit. That's what it's all about. Greed. They're going after people and deporting people because they can make a profit off of it. The government has to pay to deport that guy. So everyone that's involved in deporting that guy is turning a profit. The ICE agent got his $50,000 bonus for signing up. And what do they tell him he needs to do? You need to deport thousands of people every day. That's how you make your money. Why? Because they also make money by deporting these people. The government is paying. Our government is paying private airliners to ship these people to other countries. You could do it too. Go buy a plane and be willing to haul these poor souls to wherever, Guyana, Rwanda. Where do they take them now? What's the latest country that they're taking them to? It's the same thing with when you take them to another country and you put them in prison like they did in El Salvador. They're not housing these people for free. The U.S. government was paying them to put these people behind bars. Everybody's getting a slice of the pie. What pies? Oh, the American taxpayer dollar is funding all of it. We're paying for it. Whether you realize it or not, we're paying the price. They wouldn't be deporting people if there wasn't somebody making money off of it. End of story. If that's the case, why didn't they deport them last year? And the year before, and the year before? They found a way to make money off of it, so they're doing it. They're making money off the tariffs, so they're doing it. It's profitable to them personally. They're lining their own pockets. It'll all come out in the wash. 20 years from now, the history books are going to write some very, very dastardly stuff that was done by the ruling party now, right now, the Republicans. 20 years from now, the history books are going to make these guys out to be the atrocious monsters that they are. Look what this guy did for profit. Good old American greed. It's really sad. And yet they don't consider it human trafficking. Okay. No, they call it deportation. But it's human trafficking. They're taking a human being from point A and shipping him to point B for profit. They're putting a tariff for profit. Not the government making money. Individuals are making money. That's why they do it. It's sad. But 20 years from now, when they're writing the history books about this time, about 2025, some very disgusting shit's going to come to light. It'll be very disgusting. Well, it's like right now, can we look back and say, who caused the Vietnam War? Which businesses profited off of the Vietnam War? The information's available to you. Look it up. The only reason there was a Vietnam War is because some people made it profitable for them. They lined their own pockets. In that case, it was the war industrial complex, the defense industry. And look how big they've gotten. They make profit off of it, so they do it. If it was not profitable, they would not be doing it. Unfortunately, this is the way it's going. Until the people decided that we're going to vote them all out of office, scrap them all, get them out. Every one of these politicians that's taking a bribe from corporate America, every one of them should be voted out of office. Every one of them should be voted out of office. And every corporation that is bribing our public officials is morally and ethically letting down this country. They're not up to par. I don't know. Ask yourself, what's your magic number? What do you have to be given so that you're willing to screw over your fellow man? I'm not willing to do it. I refuse. I'm not mistreating people for my own profit. You want proof of that? How many commercials did you see in this show? Yeah. I don't believe in that. And I don't think most people are like that. Are there some? Yes. It's a shame that they're doing this, but they're the ones that are doing it. It'll all come out in the history books. Did we find out the truth about Christopher Columbus? Yes, we did. He was a homicidal maniac. He killed so many people, he had to have taken pleasure in it. Now we know. Years later, it all comes out in the history books. Do we know, well, nowadays, do we know the truth about our former politicians from years ago? The truth always comes out in the end. You'll see the books that they're writing for personal profit. And those books are going to spill the beans on all this heinous stuff that these people have done. You know, it all comes out in the wash. Eventually, we're going to know. And it's just like, you know, inevitably, you find out years later, oh, so-and-so was sleeping with so-and-so. You didn't know it at the time, but we know it now. Marilyn Monroe and JFK. We didn't know it at the time. We sure as hell know it now. Right? History books will spell it all out. And all these people's heinous crimes and all this evil shit that they're doing, we'll find out about it eventually. We always do. No, they're waiting for some of the powerful to be out of office, and then their books will come out. Look what this guy did. Look what he did. Yeah, he did this. Look who covered it up. Yeah. I can't live like that. I'm sorry. I need to be able to look myself in the mirror, or in this case, the computer screen. No, I can't do evil things to people. I'm not greedy enough. I'm sorry. I choose not to mistreat my fellow man. Personal opinion. I don't know if you disagree and you think I should sell you out, okay, for profit, let me know. I don't see it happening anytime soon. It's a shame, but this is how the world works in 2025. They want to mistreat human beings so that they can turn a profit, and they're okay with that. Now I ask you again, would you invite them into your home? Not me. No, I don't want them around me. I don't want them around my kids. Okay. No, thank you. You can't stress about this stuff. It's beyond your control. What little control we do have is in the voting booth. Vote them all out of office. Your actions are unacceptable. Vote them all out. All incumbents. Put a revolving door on every house of government control. And that should include the Supreme Court. Believe me, they're more than tainted. That should not be a lifetime appointment. These guys should be gone. Every 2 years, change the Supreme Court completely. Every 2 years. Next. Sorry, you've got ulterior motives here. You've been bought and paid for. Yeah, vote them out of office, and let's hope that the door hits them in the ass on their way out. The crimes that these guys are doing, the self-enrichment deals that they're cutting, it'll all come out in the wash. No, you won't see the new Trump towers in these foreign countries this year. But before he gets out of office, you'll see him. He'll have them built and up and running. And everybody else saying, well, he doubled his personal wealth while he was in office. No shit, Dick Tracy. Okay. That's why he ran. To enrich himself. He wants power. He wants money. And that's why he's destroying the White House right now. You imagine what history's going to write about this idiot? All by himself, he thought, I want a ballroom. I don't care how much American history I have to destroy. I deserve a ballroom. He thinks he's a king. He has no clue. The people around him are such sycophants that they lie to him. He doesn't know the truth. They're standing there saying, America will cherish you for building this ballroom. No, America will not. It's not going to happen. All this taxpayer money being spent to destroy our own history. He has no respect for history. He has no respect for anyone. It's I want. Every time you think of Trump, think of a toddler sitting in his high chair, banging on the tray. I want. I want. Sad, but that's what it is. Yeah, nobody taught him to share. Okay. He has no idea how to share anything. He'll give away blame freely, but that's the only thing he gives away freely is the blame. Okay. Personal opinion. Feel free to disagree. Jump in the chat. As I wind down the show, let me tell you the same old thing I'm harping about every day right now. Live and let live. Leave your damn neighbors alone. It's not your place to judge them. It's not your place to tell them what to do. It's not their place to judge you, and it's not their place to tell you what to do. We got freedom of speech in this country. You can tell anybody to do anything, but it don't make them have to listen. Okay. And every time it's a double-edged sword. Every time you think you can get away with telling somebody what to do and how to live their life, you're telling them it's okay for you to tell me what to do and you to run my life. Well, that's not what you wanted, but that's what you got. Freedom of speech is a double-edged sword. If I can call you a jerk, you can call me a jerk. So I better have a thick skin. And you better have a thick skin. Think about that. We all need to get along. We need to live and let live. Why? Because while we all have common ground, we all have similarities. We're all human beings. We're also all unique. We are all different. There is no other Ghost Mostly. There's no one like me. I'm an individual. I'm unique, and I like it that way. Imagine how boring this world would be if we were all identical. We're not. And we're never going to be. But we do have common ground. Some things are similar. Some things we share an interest in. But not everything. I had mint chip ice cream last night. Did you? No? Well, gosh, that makes us different. You gotta live and let live. You can't force a guy to eat mint chip ice cream if he doesn't want to. On the same token, you can't stop a guy from eating mint chip ice cream if he doesn't want to stop. We have to get along. The reason we live in cities, the reason that we have towns, villages even, is because when human beings get together and collaborate and work together, they are successful. They build bigger and better things. They work together. They both thrive. If that was not true, there would be no cities. There would be no towns, no villages. We help each other. We work together. That's how we succeed. All of these politicians that are trying to tell you that you got to hate a Democrat or you got to hate a Republican, they're trying to divide you. They divide you so that they can scare you and use that fear to help manipulate or control you. Don't let them do it. Realize that your fellow American is your best friend. He's the guy you need. I don't mean to sound so misogynistic. Both male and female. They're telling you to hate the transgender guy. You don't want to. I'll tell you why. Because who are they going to tell you to hate next? Remember, they used to tell us to hate the black man. Now they're telling us, oh, you got to hate the Latino. No, you don't. You don't have to hate anybody. You can dislike them, you can disagree with them, but you sure as hell don't have to hate them. What do you build with hate? Nothing. What do you build with anger? Nothing. Think about that. Are they paying you to hate that guy? If it's so important and they're so controlled by money and power, why aren't they paying you to hate that guy? Oh, no. They want to control you. They want to convince you that you need to hate that guy. You don't need to hate that guy. You don't need to hate anybody. You cannot get to hate without uncontrolled fear. So the Republican is telling you to fear the Democrat. The Democrat's telling you to fear the Republican. They're both trying to divide you into separate groups. I got news for you, sweetheart. You're an American. Act like it. We're all in this together. I don't care if you're an independent, a Republican, or a Democrat. We're all in this together. There's only the one planet, and we're all on it. I guarantee you, when the shit hits the fan, that guy that you think you hate is probably going to be the one that saves your ass. When the dam breaks and we're all standing in chest high water, and a guy comes up with a boat and he's offering you a hand to pull you out of the drink, do you care what color his hat is? I don't think so. Do you care if he's wearing a dress? I don't think so. I think you want to get the hell out of the water. And at the same token, if you're the guy in the boat and I'm in the water and I'm wearing a red hat, are you going to sit there and watch me drown, or are you going to offer me a hand and help me out of the water and pull me into the boat? I think you're going to pull me into the boat, and I'll tell you why. Because you're an American, and we always do the right thing. We don't sit around and watch people drown. We always do the right thing. And it doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter how you dress. Your fellow American, that Republican that you've been trained to hate, is going to save your ass. And you'll be damn glad he did. You're going to hug him like he's your brother. All these petty differences, all this division in this country is absurd. The guy that's telling you to hate that Democrat, that you can't trust that Democrat, he's telling you that that Democrat is conspiring against you. He's lying. He's lying so that he can divide you, because his worst nightmare is you and that Democrat get together and strip him of his power. That's what needs to happen in this country now. We must all come together and we must vote these clowns out of office. They have closed the U.S. government. They have proven to us that they have no value. They cannot work together. They refuse to work together. They have become dysfunctional. and they have proven to us that they are disposable. No more incumbents. Everybody out. Like a Chinese fire drill, get them out of office. We'll get some new people in there and we'll start over from scratch. I'm telling you, live and let live. Tolerate your neighbor. I don't care if he's wearing a dress or not. Leave the man alone. Leave the woman alone. It's none of your business. You can't dictate how they live their life. They can't dictate how you live your life. The show's called Afternoon Chat. Everyone is welcome here. Come in, chat. Let's talk it out. Everyone is welcome. This is not an exclusive club. This is a 100% free show, and everyone is welcome to get into the chat and talk. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. And I'm telling you right now, show's going to be here tomorrow. Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone is welcome. Everyone's opinion is welcome. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your opinion. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I am trying to talk to you. If you could like and subscribe, that would help out the channel, but it's not required. I would never ask you to do anything that costs you money. I want you to be patient with people. Be understanding, be compassionate, be kind. It's my belief that if you're nice to everyone, everyone will in turn be nice to you. Jump in the chat, be nice, watch what happens. You might make a friend. I thank you for your time. I do appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that watches these live streams. You matter. I value you. Thank you for joining me. Come see me tomorrow at 3. We just got through Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Let's talk it out. Whatever's on your mind is a valid topic that we can discuss. The only thing you can do wrong in this chat room is not have a good time. Okay? I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a marvelous day.